Viewmasters, it's the podcast that we do. Viewmasters, talk about movies that we view. Viewmasters, my friend Eric and me Joe. Viewmasters, hey, let's start the show.
Hey, welcome to the Viewmasters, episode 306, Better Off Dead. My name is Joe.
My name is Eric.
Hello, Eric.
$2.
$2?
Plus tip.
Oh, my house is on fire. I can't give it to you right now.
That's fine.
Oh, Better Off Dead.
Yeah.
What a deeply weird movie.
It is. But before we started it, I warned you that it had been probably decades since I'd seen this.
Right.
I knew it was weird going in. I don't think I remembered the extent of the weirdness.
Yeah.
Like I knew there were just like one or two off scenes that like stuck in my memory.
Yeah.
And honestly, one of them, like, I was getting real worried didn't actually happen in this movie. But it did.
Okay.
No, it is weird from the get-go.
Yeah, basically every scene is just a little off.
Yep. And spoiler, I love it for it.
It was pretty enjoyable. Yeah. Yeah, so as you know, I watched another movie earlier this week called The Stupids.
Yes.
Tom Arnold starring movie from, I believe, 1995.
Sounds about right.
And I feel like there are things in common between that movie and this movie.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, in The Stupids, there's the stupid family.
Sure.
Who are all idiots.
Right.
And then everyone else around them is normal, more or less. In this movie, like, there are characters like John Cusack's mom, who I feel like is just a total idiot.
I wouldn't say she's an idiot. She's ignorant and deranged.
Okay. But so yeah, there are characters in this movie that like remind me of The Stupids.
All right.
But like everyone has a little bit of The Stupids in them in this movie, and it's really something.
So what you're saying is recommending The Stupids.
You know what? It made me laugh. And I'm not in a great place right now, obviously.
Sure.
But I think it was absurd and the right kind of humor for me. So it worked.
I mean, there is something to be said for your own personal state of mind when you watch a movie or a TV show and how that reacts on you.
Yeah.
Like, I will still go, I will fight to my grave saying that going to see Avengers Age of Ultron, the day after that I got broken up with,
yeah,
makes it one of the best Marvel movies that, has been made.
Absolutely, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And also I have similar thoughts about, like, the Broken Lizard, filmography.
Yeah.
Particularly Slammin' Salmon.
Right.
Sticks out for me as, like, just a masterpiece of hilarity.
I remember watching that with you, and
Yep.
It was very, very funny.
Yes, it was. So, sometimes, things will hit you in a different way,
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Stupids is directed by a murderer.
Is it? What?
It's John Landis directed it.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
Max Landis has a cameo in it as well.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Also, David Cronenberg. Yeah, a bunch of random directors show up in the movie throughout, and David Cronenberg is one of them.
I guess that's kind of a John Landis thing. He likes to throw his friends in there.
Yeah.
Although it's weird that Cronenberg would be there, especially this is what, like mid-90s, you said, right? Yeah.
Well before Jason X.
Yeah. because I distinctly remember there was a panel from like, you know, some early convention in like the very early 80s, maybe late 70s even, that had John Landis, John Carpenter, and David Cronenberg on it.
Okay.
You know, basically the three guys representing like, you know, the new wave of like horror directing.
Yeah.
You know, and like Carpenter talking about just what a pretentious, presumptuous jerk David Cronenberg was.
With David Cronenberg sitting there?
No, they're like, you know, post.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
You know, like retrospectives or whatever.
Gotcha.
So, you know, I find it odd that, you know, I guess Landis didn't badmouth Cronenberg, but
right.
I do find it slightly odd that Cronenberg would be like, sure, you know, but then again, as you just mentioned, he was also in Jason X.
Right.
So, who knows? Maybe his attitude has changed.
Maybe. But no, we are not here to talk about the stupids. We're here to talk about Better Off Dead.
Yes.
The movie about my life.
Oh, no.
No, it's fine. So you've seen this before.
Yes.
Do you know anything about it?
I
I read a little bit of IMDb trivia, but not much. I wondered if you had done any further research on it in the years since you've seen it.
So the most knowledge that I would have about this is actually about the director, Savage Steve Holland.
Right.
Because, I mean, I'm sure I had seen this movie and One Crazy Summer like on HBO or whatever as a kid, but only found out after the fact that, you know, he was the writer-director of them. But he came to my attention as the creator of a cartoon called Eek the Cat.
Yeah. I had forgotten until I was reading the trivia that he created that. And then, like, when I saw his name in the credits, I was like, that sounds really familiar, but
right.
I don't know why. And yeah, that makes sense.
And the Terrible Thunder Lizards, I believe, was also his.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever heard of that one.
It was on roughly around the same time.
Okay.
I never really watched that one. I think at one point Eek and that were like paired up, like,
Gotcha.
like as in an hour block or whatever.
Was there a dog in Eek the Cat called Sharky?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I am remembering correctly.
Yep. I love Deke the Cat. I'm sure it is probably problematic now, as are a couple of things in this movie.
There are a few things in this movie that are a little questionable.
Yeah, the 80s were lax.
Yeah. They sure were a time.
Indeed. Not to get too personal, but how old are you?
How dare you? I am 39.
Okay, so you were born before this movie came out then?
Yeah, because this is what, 86?
85, 86,
85,
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'd never seen this before. I've never seen One Crazy Summer.
Right.
As far as I know, the only thing that I've seen that Savage Steve Holland did was Eat the Cat.
Yeah. Apparently he's gone on to quite a career in just directing a bunch of Disney stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
You know, like Fairly Odd Parents and like Big Time Rush and stuff like that.
Okay.
So he's still working.
I watched Fairly Odd Parents a little bit.
Oh, yeah?
Every now and then. It was pretty entertaining.
Okay.
Yeah. I can see him for that.
Yeah. Apparently he also, I don't know if he was the creator of the show, but he wrote and directed most episodes of a short-lived show called the Adventures of Beans Baxter.
Okay. Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Yeah. So yeah, he's done stuff, but yeah, for me, just always Eek the Cat and Better Off Dead and One Crazy Summer.
So is he a cartoonist?
Yeah, he studied as an animator. So,
okay,
yeah.
That makes sense because there's the little animated sequence.
Yeah.
With the drawing that I cannot remember his name. Not Lloyd.
Lane,
thank you. Not Lloyd Dobler in this movie.
Nope, Lane Meyer.
Yeah, but yeah, the sequence where he's talking to the drawing.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. I like that.
He actually didn't do the animation for that, but
oh really?
Yeah,
huh.
But it was like one of his friends, coworkers, whatever.
Gotcha.
And then so the the three things that I remembered about this movie going into it were the car racing sequences.
Okay.
With the Japanese brothers?
The
Chinese?
foreign?
Yeah.
Unidentified foreign Asian brothers?
Yes.
Yeah, that's real weird.
Yeah. One of them who learns how to speak English via Howard Cosell.
Yes.
Which I'm sure when I saw this as a kid, I had just no idea.
Yeah. No, I definitely would not have known.
And then the $2 thing, obviously, I don't think I realized that it spans the whole movie, and there are so many sequences.
It is pivotal. Startlingly pivotal.
Yeah.
To the climax of the film.
And then the everybody wants some scene.
Okay.
Is what really stood out to me. And that's the one where, like, halfway through this movie, I was thinking, is that even in this movie? And was getting worried because I briefly mentioned it, like, vaguely on the last episode. And I was like, this is going to make another liar out of me. Yeah.
I did not remember you mentioning it.
Yeah.
Also, what other movie would that have been in?
One Crazy Summer.
Oh, okay. All right.
Are
there similar? Is One Crazy Summer a similar tone to this movie?
That one I have seen less, and maybe has been longer since I've seen it.
Gotcha.
And possibly conflated, some of it, because I do believe that Curtis Armstrong is in both, as well as John Cusack. But I think Bobcat Goldthwait is also in One Crazy Summer.
Okay.
And the female lead of that, I believe, is Demi Moore.
I was going to say, I thought it was Demi Moore.
Yeah. Another movie that I've bought recently, so,
Nice.
Maybe I'll watch it later tonight.
Sounds
Just
good.
Have a twofer, yeah.
Nice.
A Savage Steve Holland retrospective.
Aw. R.I.P.?
No, he's alive.
Yeah.
His career may be faring better than John Cusack's at the moment.
Yeah, what's going on with John Cusack?
No idea.
Is he like a crazy right-wing guy?
No, I mean, he's a crazy left-wing guy.
Okay, I knew he was crazy one way. I couldn't remember which way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's left.
Okay.
So he is, technically on the good side. But, like, he seemed to...
We just alienated all of our right-wing listeners.
Yeah, good. Go away. Fuck off.
Go enjoy Joe Rogan. He's just asking questions.
Yeah. Like he seemed to have fallen into that, like, sort of Nicolas Cage, Bruce Willis hole of just constant direct to streaming, blah action fare,
Got a lot of debt to pay off.
Right.
Just gonna do whatever.
Yeah. I know there was a show on Amazon that my friend Bruce has repeatedly recommended to me, but I've not ever been interested in it, where he played the villain of the show. Like a dystopian, sci-fi, semi-teens type show.
Okay. I've never seen him in a villainous role. That'd be kind of interesting.
Yeah. But man,
other than Rob in High Fidelity.
He is pretty bad at that.
Yeah.
Man, he had a run.
He really did.
Yeah.
Just like watching this, I was like, man, he has always just played a sad sack all the time.
Yeah.
With a little bit of charm.
I kept thinking about, not that this movie was, making me drift off or anything like that, but yeah. I did keep thinking about how fucking good Grosse Pointe Blank is.
Yeah.
And just, man, just what happened?
Was it Lord of War? That was supposed to be a sequel to that?
War Inc.
War Inc. Okay.
Yeah.
Lord of War is a Nicolas Cage movie.
Yeah. Yep. And then there's also War Dogs with Miles Teller and that
Jonah
other
Hill.
guy. That guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen a ton of John Cusack movies. This might be the first one that I've ever seen that Joan is not also in.
Oh, wow.
She's in, unless I don't remember if she's in Say Anything. Now that I think about it, I've only seen that once.
I've never seen that one.
It's been a really long time.
No. I have, for the most part, avoided his just sort of midline romantic comedy stuff that he did. And I've seen some of his just more offbeat stuff. You know? Or his occasional, like, Con Air.
Right. Oh, man, I forgot he's in Con Air.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And is he in The Rock, too?
I don't know.
Maybe I'm conflating Con Air and The Rock, probably.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, but you say it, and, like, I can imagine him, like, like in a control room somewhere.
It sounds right.
Yelling at Nick Cage, "Don't do this!
Don't go to The Rock!" I think that's what he says.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Welcome to The Rock. That's what he says.
Yeah. I think that was Sean Connery. That's it.
No, I'm pretty sure it's Lloyd Dobler doing a Sean Connery impression. Saying welcome to The Rock.
Okay. I believe you.
I just forgot his name, so I said Lloyd Dobler.
That's fine.
I'm fine. Better off dead.
Yeah. I've had cognitive issues today myself, so, you're in good company.
Yeah.
My girlfriend was texting me earlier this morning and mentioned something about, her house, my house, something, I don't know. And then, like, I was at work and I went to go write an email to somebody and I just stared at, like, the blank empty email screen and then just wrote the word house. And I stared at it and I was like, that's not right.
That is a Fox medical drama. That is not what I'm thinking of. I mean, it could have been applicable. You work in the House of the Lords.
Sure.
So you may have just been starting a sentence.
Usually I don't start them that way. But,
okay. House of the Lords.
Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
This movie's hard to talk about.
It is, because I feel like comedies in general are kind of hard to talk about.
They are, and I do apologize for picking one, but I thought it'd be
apologies.
Fun to watch.
Yeah, very good palate cleanser from the I almost said Friday the 13th. It is Friday the 13th, not Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I got Nightmare on Elm Street on the brain because the actress who played Beth, I read, was Freddy's first victim in the first Nightmare on Elm Street movie.
She is.
Yeah.
One of the more memorable kills, I believe.
Yeah.
I believe... I think she's the one who gets killed in the upside down room.
Oh, okay.
And then repeatedly shows up to the hero Nancy.
Okay.
In a body bag with like just bloody and just a fucking mess.
That's unpleasant.
Yeah.
I should watch that again.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's been a long time. But yeah, no, this, especially after Saturday the 14th,
yeah,
which was a not successful always comedy.
No.
It's good to watch one that was actually good.
And I'm glad you got to see a second Jeffrey Tambor movie.
Yeah, that just completely threw me. I could have sworn I would have given you money that was Jeffrey Tambor. I'm sure there's other stuff that I've seen that guy in that I've been like, oh, that's Jeffrey Tambor.
They do have, I mean, if you look at them like side by side, they're both bald.
Yeah.
But otherwise, like, just no real similarities.
Yeah.
But also, I totally see why you would confuse the two of them.
Thank you.
No, like I couldn't even be mad at you. Like, I was like, in a way, I get it.
I'm trying to think of what other stuff I've seen that guy whose name I don't remember now.
Vincent Schiavelli.
There you go. Was he in Men in Black? Maybe?
Possibly, because he is just notoriously a weird-looking dude.
Yeah.
And that would absolutely be a thing that he would be cast in.
Yeah. Or no, was he in Batman Returns?
He was in Batman Returns.
He's part of the Red Triangle Circus Gang.
Yes, he is.
That's what I'm thinking of.
Yep. He was also in the movie Ghost.
Oh, okay.
He is the angry ghost on the subway who sort of teaches Patrick Swayze how to do ghost stuff.
Okay. That's a Joe hasn't seen.
It's an Eric hasn't seen.
Whoa.
I just
You
know
just
about
know
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
Look at you. Just knowing stuff.
Yep. just filling up empty brain cells.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess there's a plot to this.
Yeah, somewhat. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Sure. Basically, John Cusack is absolutely obsessed with a girl. His room, the opening shot of his room filled with professional grade photos.
Yeah, he's a serial killer in training.
Yeah.
It's what the detectives find when they're searching the suspect's house.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he has this girlfriend named Beth, and he is also on the ski team.
Yes.
Which is, I guess, a thing that happens in high schools that have skiing nearby.
In California?
Sure.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, the skiing part is the thing that strikes me as the most ridiculous. And also, like, now I know what all the skiing parodies that I've seen are parodies of, which is weird because it's already sort of a parody.
Right?
So it's interesting.
It's, yeah.
Parody levels.
Yep. Although I feel like 'cause the one that I'm thinking, the, prominent one is a movie, possibly franchise, called Ski Patrol.
I've never heard of that.
It's got the guy that has the eyebrows.
Peter Gallagher?
Nope, the other guy that has the eyebrows. Dean Cameron.
Oh, okay. Not familiar with him, I don't think.
Yeah. He seemed to be poised to be like a good B-level star for a while, and he's got the eyebrows, and he was in a lot of those really shitty movies.
Gotcha.
And yeah, I think he was the lead of the Ski Patrol movies.
Okay.
Which felt more like Police Academy ripoffs than anything else, but with skiing.
Sure.
At least just, farces,
I think the one I'm thinking of, I feel like there's an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia that is just this, basically.
I think I remember that one now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, I can see that for sure.
Yeah. It's just so weird. Just high school ski team.
Yep.
What?
I mean, like, I don't know what high school you went to, but, we had, like, to me it was weird that we had a golf and a tennis team.
Okay.
In addition to, baseball, soccer, and football.
Yeah.
So, but then when I hear, like, some schools have, like, swim teams, I just, like, what? Where?
Yeah.
How?
My high school had a swim team.
Not surprised.
I don't know if it had a golf team. I think it did, but I know for sure it had a tennis team. Eventually it had a bowling team, but that was after I graduated.
That's a shame.
I would have been all over that.
Yeah, you're a good bowler.
I got to be a good bowler. Yeah, I went to a hoity private school.
Yeah. And then you went to Bowling Green.
I know! It's crazy! No, I didn't really start bowling until I was in college, so I don't know that I would have done it in high school.
Yeah. Bowling was always a thing in my family.
My parents were into bowling.
My paternal grandparents were both semi-pros.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Yep. And apparently it skips every other generation because I am terrible.
It skips, so was your dad a good bowler?
He was an alright bowler.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So it skips every third generation.
Oh, sure. Okay. Well, if it skipped every generation, then I would be the good bowler.
Yeah, that's used to...
I said every other generation.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I gotcha.
All right.
Better off dead.
Better off dead.
Skeety.
We should be better off dead.
The best friend with the hat.
Booger?
Yeah. Is that his name?
Curtis Armstrong, who played Booger in the Revenge of the Nerds movies.
Oh, okay. I've never seen any of those.
Neither have I.
Okay. I know I've seen him in other stuff, though.
Yeah, I think he was in Moonlighting.
I've never watched Moonlighting.
All right. Yeah, he pops up everywhere.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's his problem? Drug addict?
He's a drug addict.
Okay, that is what it is.
He just wants coke.
Yeah. Okay.
And there's a whole mountain full of it.
That part was pretty funny. This is pure snow. That was pretty great. Not so much the snorting Jello.
No, that was weird.
Yeah, all the Jello stuff I didn't care for.
Me neither.
The neighbor
Ricky
Smith.
Yeah.
Did not really care for him.
Did not care for him either. Part of it, I mean, obviously he's kind of one of the villains of the movie.
Yeah.
But I do obviously have I guess I'm just a big old snowflake cuck soy boy or whatever.
Uh-huh.
But I have a problem with representation of fat people in movies.
Yeah. No, I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And showing him constantly eating or trying to steal food or slurping Jello.
Yeah.
Just fuck off.
Yeah. Also, he's an incel.
Yeah.
And
potentially a rapist.
Yeah, I think I was okay with him at first, before he spoke.
Yeah.
Because you get, there's a couple characters for a while that I was like, oh, God, not Lloyd, Lane? Lane's brother.
Yeah, Badger,
yeah, is on the spectrum.
Yeah.
For sure.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, okay, so the Ricky is probably also on the spectrum to some degree.
Sure.
And so you sort of, I feel like gets a little bit of he's socially awkward and weird.
Yeah.
But then he just gets all gropey and as soon as he speaks,
yeah,
I was like, oh no, this is bad.
Yep.
This is not going to go well.
Yeah, he's not good.
Yeah.
And then there's that ending for him.
Yeah, that was strange.
Yeah.
As I said while we were watching it, you cannot introduce a new character with zero setup 5 minutes before the end of the movie.
Nope.
And give one of the villains a happy ending.
Nope.
Real weird.
It's very weird. Very, very problematic.
Yeah.
If you were going to do that for him, there was the girl with the braces.
Yeah.
It should have been her.
Right. Yeah, the girl that
charges
Lane gets set up with. Keep wanting to call him Lloyd.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just going to call him Lloyd. I'm okay with it.
It's okay. It's his fault for choosing two roles with similar names.
It's true. It really is.
And his peak.
Yeah.
First John Cusack era.
Yeah, definitely. Idiot.
Fucking dumbass.
Whoa, hey.
Chicago Cubs loving motherfucker.
Oh, does he love the Cubs?
He does.
Oh, you like that.
I do. I like John Cusack.
I guess he's fine. I don't know. I don't know the guy.
I want him to be in better things and things that I would actually want to watch.
That's fair.
I did call him a crazy left-winger earlier.
You did mention that.
But I think he's actually just perfectly fine. On the level of a John Cryer on Twitter,
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
Just angry and righteous.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we all should be.
Agreed.
Just some of us can afford it more.
Sure, there's nothing to lose.
Yeah. So Lloyd.
Yes. Good night, everybody.
Lloyd gets dumped by his girlfriend for the ski team jock.
Yeah.
Roy Stalin.
Yes.
And then, I'm sure we've all felt this, very, deep, dark depression after a critical breakup. He basically, makes several suicide attempts.
Yeah.
Usually foiled one way or the other. But then also bounces back and forth, sort of bipolar, I guess.
A little bit, yeah.
With figuring out ways to win her back.
Right.
And then just other random shit happens.
Basically.
Like constant car races in his station wagon. Working at a burger joint and animating some burgers.
Mm-hmm. Was that felt like a real California Raisins technology there?
Oh yeah, stop motion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just like looked, even just the look of it was very similar, I feel like.
Yeah. Classic Van Halen song, of course. Yeah. Eruption.
No. Oh, is that what? No. Everybody wants some.
Yeah.
It's funny because while that scene was on, I was like, I wanted to see that movie. Everybody wants some. I looked it up. It's not streaming anywhere.
I'm sorry.
Not for free. That's okay.
Yeah, all right. I'd not be opposed to seeing that. I've heard good things.
Okay. Yeah, it's Richard Linklater, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
I can't think of a single movie of his that I have seen.
No? Really?
Yeah.
Dazed and Confused?
Oh, I did see that. I hated it.
Oh. That's fair. I can see it.
That was, so I used to work in a movie theater back in the mid-90s. And one day my boss, I was working the closing shift. My manager says, hey, would you mind, doing something for me? I'm like, okay. He's
when
like,
you put it like that.
Yeah. He's like, I want you to go on a spy mission. I'm like, all right. He's like, go ahead and clock out, or actually don't clock out. But I want you to go home and just put on, your regular clothes. And I want you to go to, what was it? Page Manor.
Okay.
Which was an old discount theater here in Dayton. And I want you to see one of the midnight movies. We'll pay for your ticket. We'll pay for popcorn, get a drink, candy, whatever you want. You'll be on the clock. And I want you to count how many people are there at the theater, and if you can count, to see how many people are buying stuff in the, in the concession area, and then just, let me know, and, we'll pay you for your time. I was like, okay. So I go,
this is a trick.
No. Legit, that's all I had to do.
All right.
But then I got there, and my choices were Dazed and Confused or Tank Girl.
Aw.
And I was like, I guess Dazed and Confused.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. And I've since seen Tank Girl. I would not have had a good choice.
Oh, man. My favorite thing about Dazed and Confused is the TV edit. When Ben Affleck comes on the scene, he pulls into the high school and hops out of his car and says something like, y'all ready to bust some ass? And that's what he says in the regular movie.
Sure.
And on TV he says, y'all ready to bust some guys? And it's just the way that it's said is real weird.
Huh. Yeah, I don't like that.
That's my favorite part of that movie.
All right. TV edits are weird.
Yeah.
One of my favorite ones is RoboCop.
Okay. How do you TV edit RoboCop?
It's real short.
I guess it's half an hour long.
But there's a scene where Jose Ferrer is in the bathroom with I believe it's Ronnie Cox.
Okay.
And they're sort of confronting each other. This is after the success of the RoboCop program, and Jose Ferrer is rising up through the ranks of the executives, and Ronnie Cox confronts him, and he's overheard Jose Ferrer talking shit about him, And he's like, once I was like you, I was a little twerp, and I used to make fun of the old man, and one time I even called him an asshole. And in the TV edit, he's like, one time I even called him something worse.
That's pretty great.
Yep.
Is it Jose Ferrer or Miguel Ferrer?
Miguel Ferrer.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
I was like, I didn't think Jose Ferrer was in that.
No, it's Miguel.
Okay.
It's the kid, Junior.
Right. Yeah.
I meant to say Jose Ferrer Jr.
Gotcha.
A.K.A. Miguel.
Gotcha. Okay.
I don't think he's a junior.
It's a George Clooney.
Oh, better off dead. Yeah.
It's good. I enjoyed watching it.
It was a fun time.
It made me laugh.
Yeah.
The French exchange student is cute as hell.
Yep.
And that storyline was fun.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that. And of course she's a grease monkey.
Sure.
And was able to fix his car, which I called.
Yep.
Not knowing that it was actually going to happen. But it just felt like the direction the movie was going.
I mean, she gave a long, lingering look at the car under the tarp.
She really did.
And, listen, I'm not a car guy. I don't know a thing about cars. I'm just happy that mine runs. Mm-hmm. And I have full-on fucking nervous breakdowns when it doesn't.
Yeah.
That is a nice fucking car.
It is a really nice car. And they make it look factory new.
Yep.
After 2 days. Yeah, she needed 2 projects. She got the car and she got Lane.
Yep.
And she was successful with both of them.
Yeah.
She's the real star of this movie.
She really is. Especially after having to put up with Ricky.
Yeah, yikes.
Yep. It took me a minute, but I eventually recognized the actor who played Ricky.
Oh, yeah?
Daniel Schneider. He was on Head of the Class.
Oh, okay.
He was the fat guy.
Oh, sure, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
I think he and 2 of the other cast members have all gone on to become fairly regular Nickelodeon directors.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Why not?
Yeah.
That's cool. Oh, boy.
Hey. Take a career where you can get it.
Absolutely.
I mean, I don't have one, so
you know what? I would direct anything for Nickelodeon if they wanted me to.
Absolutely.
And I knew how to.
Fuck yeah.
Kids watch that.
Sure.
It's shaping the youth of tomorrow.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
And as far as we know, Paramount Plus is not pulling anything from their services yet.
That's
so
true. Yeah,
they're still dedicated to showing things.
Right. For now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Gonna be real weird when Batman Cape Crusader pops up on that one, right?
Yeah, that is gonna be real weird. I don't care where it pops up. I just want to watch it.
I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
I've said this for a few years. I'm kind of over Batman.
That's fair. Sure.
Let's give him a break.
It looks cool. I think it looks cool.
And I'm sure it will, and though I still am dedicating myself to not seeing the Batman, there are parts of that look cool.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I picked the Batman for the podcast, would you veto?
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Also, because it's 3 hours.
Yeah, I'm not going to pick a 3-hour movie on purpose.
But yeah, I probably wouldn't veto it. I'd just watch it under duress. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Understood. More or less duress than if I picked the stupids.
More.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And if for some reason you do pick the Batman, I'm thinking that'd have to be a Skype episode.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, just so I can watch it in shifts.
Sure. I don't have any plans to pick it anytime soon.
All right, good.
So I'll keep you posted.
Okay. Yeah, this movie's fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
It's real stupid.
Yeah.
But in a great way.
Definitely.
I don't know if it's streaming anywhere. Like I said, I only picked it because I recently bought it, and but if it is, I'd highly recommend it.
I'll find out.
Okay, then.
Vamp. No, this movie, like, I feel like there's stuff in it that is an amalgam of other 80s movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's some Teen Wolf in it.
Yeah.
And I feel like I thought maybe it was going to be like a Ferris Bueller kind of thing, but obviously it wasn't. Like, he's more like Cameron than he is Ferris. But yeah, it made me want to watch other 80s comedies of that style.
Right.
I guess.
I feel like it's weird because it feels very nascent, you know, and you know, the sort of teen comedy genre, you know, of the 80s, but like you said, like, it does feel like an amalgam of other ones, but I feel like it had to be before some of them.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know when Teen Wolf came out.
That was also 85, 86.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think Ferris Bueller was 86 too.
Yeah.
Now that you mention it.
So, I mean, there had to be enough that, you know, a certain type of director or writer could look at it and say, okay, so this is the norm. How do we skew that?
Yeah.
You know, and, you know, just to have that be something in the zeitgeist, to get different people making weird, off, you know, teen movies at the same time that, like, the more straightforward ones are all still coming out.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah.
In the context of the other stuff that was coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is only streaming on Showtime.
Oh, okay.
With a subscription, so it is not streaming anywhere.
Yeah.
Basically.
Who has that? Who's signed up for that via Amazon Prime?
I had a trial to it at one point.
Sure.
So we could watch Yellow Jackets and the new Dexter. Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's valid.
I think I've had 2 or 3 trial subscriptions to, like, you know, Epic or Stars.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
Valid?
Absolutely valid.
Yeah, I don't know that I have a lot more to say about it. It was enjoyable, and I would recommend it.
All right.
If somebody's on the fence about it.
It didn't make you sad?
No, not at all.
Good.
Yeah.
That was pretty much my prior goal with this. Is I don't want to make you sad.
No, I appreciate that.
Yeah. I mean, after this week, it's all, you know, bets are off.
Oh, yeah, totally.
Sure,
yeah. No, nothing but...
Dancer in the Dark next time.
Yeah. Right on.
Requiem for a Dream.
Oh, I haven't seen that in probably... I was in college when I saw that, so it's been 20 years.
It's probably been in the last 10 years that I watched it, and I did not enjoy it.
It's a movie that when I was done watching it, I remember having 2 thoughts. I was, what did I just watch? And I never want to watch this again.
I mean, the very first time I watched it, I was just like, this is amazing.
Yeah, no, it's real good.
Yeah, and then... Very
effective.
Yep. But then, when I watched it again, I was like, this is bad. It's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Had similar reaction to American History X.
Okay.
The Ed Norton Nazi movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I watched that for the first time, I was just like, Jesus Christ, you know? And then watched it again like 10 years later. I was like, this is like a really bad after-school special.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I remember thinking that when I watched it.
So, you know.
Yeah. Mileage varies.
Yep. Anything not making you entirely miserable this week?
Not entirely. The Sandman on Netflix is excellent.
Okay.
I think 8 episodes in, so I've got 3 episodes left.
Nice.
2 regular ones and then the special one that they released afterwards.
Yeah.
And it is just real good.
Yeah. Are you saving it?
Am I saving it, like spacing it out?
No, have you saved the Sandman? Is it safe now? Have
I saved it on Netflix? Yeah. I mean, I'm doing my part.
Okay.
I'm watching it. I'm making it a priority. Yeah, I mean, they I don't know. What the fuck is anyone doing? What are release models? What is things?
Yeah.
Words. Yeah, but Sandman is very good. And from what I remember of the comic, it's been a long time since I read the comic, but the stuff that I do remember, it's been very faithful to the comic, which is cool.
Yeah.
But obviously there are changes that have needed to be made.
You know, like Lady John Constantine.
You know what? It's fine. Because Jenna Coleman is cute.
Yeah.
No, like mostly with Dr. Destiny is not Dr. Destiny.
Yeah, I figured.
The Justice League does not show up.
That's upsetting.
But
they should have.
You know, they should have. I agree.
It should have been Ben Affleck and David Ogden Stiers.
Yeah. Oh man, David Ogden Stiers. In this movie, maybe the only time that I've ever seen him other than as Martian Manhunter, I think.
You've never watched an episode of MASH?
Never watched MASH.
How lucky are you in your life?
I remember I would turn MASH on and see it was on the TV, and I would change the channel. I was like, this does not look interesting to me at all.
You know, there is... I don't know what it is, but there is a thing, you know, I guess you would be considered a millennial.
Yeah, I'm a geriatric millennial.
Yeah, and I am a very late coming Gen Xer. Mm-hmm. But there is definitely something like in our two generations that hates MASH for some reason. Whereas like I distinctly remember like my dad watching it all the time, and it's probably that reason why I hate it.
Yeah.
Or the fact that it's still fucking on.
Yeah.
All the time.
My best friend in high school would watch it all the time.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay.
I just really liked it.
And I'll say this. I love the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Robert Altman movie.
Yeah, I've seen the movie.
It's very good. And you know, famously, I used to live across the street from a MASH museum.
Right. Famously.
It is what I am most famous for.
Yeah, I know. When I think of you, I think MASH Museum.
Yeah. But yeah, like my girlfriend, you know, she, I forget, she saw the movie, like, on my shelf, like, one of the first times she came over, and just was like, oh, we're done. And I was like, no, the movie is good. And she explained that, like, for her, like, MASH meant sadness.
Okay.
Because it meant the end of the night. Because at, like, 11 o'clock... you know, MASH would come on and she would hear the theme song, and that meant it was time to go to bed, and, you know, that's how you ended your day with MASH.
Interesting.
And I was like, okay, I get that. Yeah.
Brains are weird.
They really are. What were we talking about? Oh, Sandman.
Sandman, yeah. Sandman's very good. Check it out. It's on Netflix. Watch it so that it gets renewed.
Yeah.
What about you?
I just want to tag on to what you... I started watching Sandman because I saw your post about it getting canceled.
I apologize.
It's alright. And I watched the first episode and, like, 20 minutes in was like, I need a nap.
Yeah, no, the first episode did put me to sleep.
Okay, alright.
Yeah.
And I slept for like 45 minutes and then finished watching the rest of the episode, and I thought it was fine.
Yeah.
But it was like exactly what I remember the comic being like. So I was like, okay, so I mean, it's good, I guess.
Yeah.
I did like the second episode a lot better. But I haven't gotten any further than that. So,
gotcha.
But it's a very pretty looking show.
It's beautiful. Yeah, it really is.
And you know, I'm excited to see Joanna Constantine.
Yeah.
And I told my girlfriend that Gwendolyn Christie is in it and plays Lucifer, and she was like, "Okay, I'm gonna watch."
Yeah.
So
she's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, better than the TV show Lucifer.
Aww.
Same character.
Yeah. I know. It's weird that they exist in the same universe.
Yep.
on Earth 666 in the CW multiverse.
You know what? During that crossover, it was nice to see it.
I liked it.
It was enjoyable.
Yeah. I have no affection for that TV show, really, but it was neat to see him there.
It's one of those shows that I have thought about, like, should I just watch it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's in the vein of, like, a Supernatural, or just, like, I watched all of the Constantine TV series.
Yeah.
Just because. And it was something to have on. And, it's like, is this a show that I should just watch just because? You know? And, I don't know. Debate it.
Yeah, it's there. It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
For now.
Yeah. What is making me not miserable this week? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. That's fair.
There's it's been a bad week.
Yeah.
You know what? There's a comic that's out that I've been reading and really enjoying, and it's not the type of comic that I would I would try to seek out otherwise. Okay. It is called crap. Behold the Eye of Odin.
Oh yeah. Image book?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's written by Doug Wagner, and honestly, the only reason I checked it out was because I had read Vinyl, that he had written, and really, really liked that, and I think the only reason I read that was because, like, I saw the art and I was like, ooh, this looks nice, you know, and then checked it out and was like, well, what the fuck is this? And really enjoyed it, and so I thought, yeah, I'll check out this Odin thing, which, it's fantasy, elves and trolls and whatnot. Not a thing I'm into.
Yeah.
But I've really been enjoying the comic.
Nice.
And the third issue just came out this week, and the last one comes out next month sometime. And,
nice.
It was probably the best comic I read this week.
That's awesome.
So I'll say that.
I interviewed Doug Wagner.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe the artist. I can't remember if I interviewed both of them back before the first issue came out. And I really enjoyed the first issue. So
yeah,
it's good to hear the rest of the book has been good too.
Good.
Yeah, I liked that. It sort of just drops you in, and like it's the aftermath of the big thing.
Sort of, yeah.
At least that's sort of the impression that I got from the first issue, and I liked that about it. So I'll probably read the rest of it when it's in a collection.
I feel for me, it's like a lot of those types of stories get bogged down in the lore. And this does not.
Yeah, I liked that as well.
So yeah. It does sort of start out in media res, but, it picks up its own adventure, you know. And, it never over-explains anything. It just gives you the basics that you need to know to enjoy the story and to move it forward. And it's very quickly paced.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun. And, nobody speaks with bullshit fake Shakespearean, speech patterns.
Right.
It's fun. It's a good book. Yeah.
I remember asking about that when I did the interview. Like, when you think of Norse mythology, you think of Walt Simonson, Thor.
Yeah.
I say thee nay.
Right.
Yeah. I like that it's plain English.
Hey.
Should I pick a movie for next week?
It's up to you, sir.
I might as well.
Okay then.
So I looked at my outdated list. From pre-Friday the 13th time.
Sure.
And
90% of it has been taken off HBO Max this week.
Pretty much. No, there's a movie that I had picked that that's I don't know, probably 15 years old.
Okay.
It's a comic book movie.
Okay.
And I've never seen it. And it used to be on Hulu. Now it's on HBO Max. It is The Adventures of Tintin.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen that?
I have.
Would you be up for watching it again?
I would love to watch it again.
Okay. Awesome.
I will also say I own this movie. So.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
Well, if it's not on HBO Max next week, we can watch it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, Yeah, it's a movie I've always sort of been curious about, and I don't really know a ton about Tintin other than adventure stories.
Sure.
Thought it sounded like fun.
Yeah, I'm absolutely down for that. So,
Awesome.
Excellent. Alrighty then. Adventures of Tintin.
Yeah.
Next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye. We're good at this.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to The Viewmasters. You can subscribe to the show directly at view.guttertrash.net or at iTunes and leave us a review. Visit view.guttertrash.net for email information and links to Facebook and Twitter. We'll see you next time on The Viewmasters.